All right, are you ready to get married? Does it feel real yet?
No.
It will when you start saying husband and wife in just a minute, I promise. And you guys are all ready to go? Just doing some adjustments. Taking a nice big deep breath. Let it out nice and slow. Got a little bug. We're good to go. All right. Actually, just before I get right into it, I did want to check pronunciation because I don't want to get all the way to that bit and say it wrong. So if you just help me out. Katherine Talavera Nakao? Talavera.
Yeah.
And Wen Hong Chen? Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right, we are good to go. All right. Standing here today, Kate and Alex, you are seizing an opportunity and having the most amazing little wedding adventure right here in the beautiful setting of Arrowtown. When you combine the great restaurants and the cafes with the wild outdoors on the doorstep here, and of course, let's not forget the beautiful autumn colors of Arrowtown, you can see that this really is a fitting mix of so many of the things that you enjoy together, and therefore the perfect place for the two of you to become husband and wife. In this moment, on so many levels, after the past 7 years together, you already are as good as married. You don't need a piece of paper or a ring on your finger to tell one another that you're in this for the long run. But having been together for such a long time and having done so much and come so far, you deserve this day. You deserve this opportunity to celebrate everything that you are and to get excited for everything that you have to look forward to. By entering this marriage today, you are eagerly showing not just one another, but the whole world that what you have found in each other is something that nothing is going to force apart. Before I continue, let us acknowledge those who can't be here in person to give you their support. In particular, let's spare a thought for both of your families. If it weren't for their support and their guidance through your lives so far, you would not be who you are standing here in this moment. And your love and gratitude for each of them is beyond words. They may not be here with you in person, but there is no doubt they send all of their love and encouragement to you from afar. Picture each of them with a great big smile on their faces just for the two of you, and let that thought bring you closer together on this very special day. Here on the precipice of the rest of your lives, knowing that there are endless possibilities ahead of you, there is no better way to make use of this opportunity than to reflect on what has brought you here and remind one another just how well equipped the two of you are to overcome whatever the future holds. It all began as you were introduced to one another way back in 2013. What were the chances that in your different circumstances you would find yourselves landed in the very same homestay family? But sure enough, that is exactly what happened. And through your time together that year, you built a friendship. In the confines of your homestay, you saw one another on your best behavior. Kate was easygoing and great with the kids, and Alex was polite and otaku, nerdy. He was there to study his masters, after all. But what really caught your eye was just how tall he was. Although Kate eventually had to go home to Japan, by that point you had made a lasting impression on one another, and so you stayed in touch. Fast forward to the next year, 2014, and with Kate's school coming to an end, she decided she wanted to move back to New Zealand. Quite conveniently, Alex, you had a spare room in your flat. And no doubt you were very obliging to have Kate move in with you. That was the real beginning of your relationship. With each day that you shared in your flat or out and about in Auckland, you quickly discovered just how effortless it was to be together. Gradually, over the past 7 years, your lives seem to have fallen beautifully into place and your paths have intertwined. You've been fortunate to travel to one another's hometowns and met one another's families, even if Kate's first trip to Shanghai was a little bit unexpected and chaotic to begin with. It all worked out in the end. You've seen one another through the uncertainty of visas and always reassured each other that no matter what, everything will work out. Your shared life now consists of working hard each day and matching that hard work with all of the things that you love. Traveling, hiking, going to cafes and restaurants, getting out in the garden or complaining about the things that you both dislike. In fact, there is almost nothing in life that you haven't found more enjoyable when you get to do it together. You're standing here today because you've proven over the years that you are one another's biggest supporter. You inspire each other to strive for betterment at every opportunity and comfort one another in those times where things just don't go to plan. But most importantly, you love one another for being nothing more than truly, unapologetically yourselves. That means appreciating Alex for his random comments and interesting sense of humor, and celebrating Kate for her sense of independence, even if that often leads to her sleeping in and then panicking about how many hours she has left in a day. It means knowing that you understand one another more than anyone else in the world, but also having the respect to compromise when that understanding of one another doesn't necessarily lead to agreement. Because in the end, you know you're both in this to get the absolute best life possible for the two of you in the long run. These words, titled To a Friend, I believe quite beautifully summarize what it means to both of you to be standing here best friends and so happily in love. I love you not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. I love you not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I love you because you have done more than any creed could have done to make me good, and more than any fate could have done to make me happy. You have done it without a touch, without a word, without a sign. You have done it by being yourself. Perhaps this is what being a friend means, after all. The answer to a long and fulfilling marriage is far from simple, but you are clearly already equipped with everything that you need. Stay true to yourselves, be who you are, love one another for nothing more than that, and you will always find that you can enjoy the rewards that this wonderful life of yours brings you and your future family. So with that, please take one really good look at one another as fiancés, and let's make you husband and wife. So Alex, do you promise to love, honor and respect Katie as your wife and your equal, committed to laughing with her, supporting her and standing by her side from this day and for the rest of your days together?
Yes, I do.
And Kate, do you promise to love, honor and respect Alex as your husband and your equal, committed to laughing with him, supporting him and standing by his side from this day and for the rest of your days together? All right. Then I'd like you to now please read your personal vows to one another. As you take this next step, the sentiments that you're about to share are far more than just words. By sharing these vows, you openly and honestly promise to carry those values forward with you. So, Alex, if you'd like to take it away first.
Kate, I still remember the day you told me you decided to come back to Auckland, to come back to me. As a gamer, All I thought was, damn, am I that attractive? Who would like a nerd? But soon after, I realized you were serious. Your honesty, your courage, and your good heart really attracted me. I have found out 7, it's a magic number. We are 7 years apart in age, and we date each other for 7 years as well. And now we are here, standing in front of each other, ready to become husband and wife and to create a new family. Maybe our love will not be the most legendary and the most romantic story, but I believe it will become the most reliable, most solid, and definitely an interesting one. Kate, I cannot promise to stop playing computer games. There's no way. I cannot promise to never get mad or grumpy. I cannot promise to save a snack when that tastes so good. But I promise to trust and to respect you as your own person, and to realize that your interests, desires, and needs are no less than my own. I promise to share with you my time and my attention, and to bring joy, strength, and imagination to our relationship. No matter live or die, no matter together or apart, a promise is made that I will hold your hands and be with you to the end of my life. Second.
From the moment we met, I had a feeling we were meant to be. I didn't know why, but I did. When I didn't know what I wanted to do after high school, the first thing I thought was you. So when an omikuji said, "He is the one, don't doubt or hesitate," I decided to come back to New Zealand. It was the greatest decision I've ever made. And I'm ever so grateful to you for opening up to me, to accept me for who I am, and for letting me become your friend, your partner, your fiance, and now your wife. I can't promise I'll ever wear makeup again, so get used to this. I can't promise I'll ever show interest to any of the video games you play. But I can promise you these. I promise to make sure we'll have food or snacks for whenever you're hungry at 2 in the morning. I promise to help you find things, even when I know it's right in front of you, but I'll let you know where it is. I promise to always be with you, by your side, and honor, love, and cherish you through all the life's adventure we have ahead. Wherever we go, we'll always be together.
Hardest part over. All right, so here is something I prepared earlier. So if you'd like to take one another's rings from my hand, that's the one. And maybe if we put your flowers just down on the ground facing James over there.
Like that?
Yeah, I can do it for you if you like. Probably a little bit more nimble. Beautiful. All right, so as many celebrant before me has said, a wedding ring as a perfect circle is made to represent your eternal love with no beginning and with no end. But I think you should think of it even simpler than that. Really, I do. Just think of them as something to wear every day that reminds you of all the things you have to be grateful for. You have an irreplaceable best friend and soon to be husband and wife standing right here with you today. You have loving families and friends behind you all the way on this journey of your marriage. And you have the rest of your days spent together to make the absolute most of your time spent with them. So with that in your mind, Alex, would you please take Kate's hand and repeat after me? With this ring,
I,
Wen Hong Chen, take you, Katherine Talavera Nakao, to be my wife. Well done, mate. You may put the ring on her.
Okay. Here you go.
Do this.
Beautiful. Kate, please take Alex's hand and repeat after me.
Wrong hand.
Should have thrown this
With
out.
this ring. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Katherine Talavera Nakao,
I, Katherine Talavera Nakao,
take you, Wen Hong Chen,
take you, Wen Hong Chen,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
All right, you may put the ring on his finger. Beautiful. All right, give each other's hands a squeeze. Feel those new rings on your fingers. There is no denying, as you look at one another right now, that you are still as madly in love as you were when you very first fell in love. It has only deepened as you've grown and learnt to understand one another for everything that you are. That doesn't stop here. There is a lifetime of growth and of life lessons ahead of you. This is only the beginning of the rest of your lives together. And while this past 18 months has shown us that nothing is for certain, you can find peace in knowing that you will have one another by your side no matter what comes in your future. You'll always be able to rely on one another to keep life full of laughs, with Kate's sleep talking or Alex's random little dances when he thinks no one's looking. And with the incredibly deep understanding you have of one another, you know that you'll always feel safe, secure, accepted and understood when things in life don't entirely go to plan. As you look to your next adventure, whether it's traveling to live in one of your own respective home countries or buying a home of your own or even starting your own family, never forget just to take some time to stop and appreciate just how far you've come in the past 7 years. That will always give you some perspective that will help you get over any hurdle and through any challenge that life puts in your way. On that note, Kate and Alex, it is with great excitement that I may now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss. Woohoo! Ow! Just like that. Congratulations, guys. Bring it in. Well done. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You guys did really well on the vows too. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Oh yeah. No, awesome. I'll put this in
That
with
was
your
something
paperwork
I didn't
if you
put
like.
on paper.
Do you want to hold?
Thank you.
That's all right.
Congratulations, guys.
Woohoo!